Welcome to Showloon TV. I'm Thomas. We again in a different surrounding, not in the armchair. We will eventually go back to the armchair. But we call it the lab because there are new concepts we want to try out. Today we're going to talk about a book, or books in general. No, a book. One specific book that most likely, fingers crossed, is going to be turned into a movie. Wolfgang Petersen was already signed on as a director, but then he worked with the author of the book and they kind of split ways. Wolfgang Petersen left the project. The author is still working on the script, apparently rewrote it. His name is Orson Scott Card, and it's Ender's Game we're talking about. Ender's Game is a fantastic read. It's a great book. It has everything an entertaining movie should have, and it has, as a book itself, great development of characters, conflicts, anything a character, a human being, goes through, and that's why I personally found it very interesting. Another part of it is, of course, it deals with geniuses, with people that are chosen, if you want so. So you have like Star Wars, Harry Potter, even Avatar. And albeit the fact that there's no big prophecy, this makes it, for me, more real.
I've watched through his eyes. I've listened through his ears, and I tell you, he's the one. Or at least as close as we're going to get.
That's what you said about the brother.
The brother tested out impossible. For other reasons. Nothing to do with his ability.
Yeah, well, same with the sister. And there are doubts about him. He's too malleable, too willing to submerge himself in someone else's will.
Not if the other person is his enemy.
So what do? Surround him with enemies all the time?
If we have to.
I thought you said you liked this kid.
If the buggers get him, they'll make me look like his favorite uncle.
All right. We're saving the world after all, so take him.
Ender is the name of the main character. It's Ender Wiggin. We are in the future. Earth has been attacked and had conflict with another alien race, insectoid alien race called the buggers. They anticipate a third invasion by the buggers, so they want to gear up, get ready, and end this game. So what Fleet Command does, actually, worldwide, they looking for very smart kids at a very young age. They are going to be identified, tested, then recruited and trained to become the new fleet commanders. Now, Ender Wiggin is a very, very, very intelligent kid. He gets recruited.
My name is Graf Ender. Colonel Hiram Graf. I'm Director of Primary Training at Battle School in the Belt. I've come to invite you to enter the school. After all. But the monitor, the final step in your testing was to see what would happen when the monitor came off. We don't always do it that way, but in your case... And he passed? Mother was incredulous. Putting the Stilson boy in the hospital? What would you have done if Andrew had killed him, given him a medal? It isn't what he did, Mrs. Wiggin. It's why. Colonel Graf handed her a folder full of papers. Here are the requisitions. Your son has been cleared by the IF Selective Service. Of course, we already have your consent granted in writing at the time conception was confirmed, or he could not have been born. He has been ours from then, if he qualified. Father's voice was trembling as he spoke. It's not very kind of you to let us think you didn't want him and then to take him after all. And this charade about the Stilson boy, Mother said. It wasn't a charade, Mrs. Wiggin. Until we knew what Ender's motivation was, we couldn't be sure he wasn't another. We had to know what the action meant, or at least what Ender believed that it meant. Must you call him that stupid nickname? Mother began to cry. It's the name he calls himself. What are you going to do, Colonel Graf? Father asked. Walk out the door with him now? That depends, said Graf. On what? On whether Ender wants to come.
Battle school is in a zero-gravity zone in space, a training camp, a boot camp for these kids. Yes, you have Ender's development from being this kid, going to battle school, and how he resolves the tactical simulations they put him through. On a more personal level, intellectual, social level, you really see how he's struggling. It's not like, oh, I'm very smart, I'm almost a genius, or I am a genius, that's why everything is so easy, and look at me, everybody's jealous, everybody wants to be me. It's nothing like this.
Ender didn't like fighting. He didn't like Peter's kind, the strong against the weak, and he didn't like his own kind either, the smart against the stupid.
He's still young, he's trying to find out who he is, what he does, but at the same time he's trained to become a killing machine. And that's for me the core thing, which kind of sets Ender apart from other things. It's a bit more philosophical, not too much. It's really entertaining read. It has thought, it is thoughtful. You might want to wait for the movie, hopefully it's coming out. You might want to say, I want to read it before. I think you're in for a double treat. And that's what we want to provide to you. And even if the movie doesn't come out, you definitely got one treat. So that's better than nothing. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks again for the comments on movies for the year 4. It's always amazing to see where I think this soundtrack is nothing new, and I show it to you because I just think it's a classic, it's great, and then people say, oh, I didn't know that, because it's good if I can give you something new and not bore you to death. Well, that's one of the objectives I try to do. So yeah, any comments? Have you read Ender already? You think it's good? You think it's bad? Just tell me. You know other books where you would say that would be a great movie? Let me know. Let me know.